Oh, I'm live, aren't I? What is going on, guys? Um, well, I say guys, even though like I know that you're there. But so yes. Hello. I figure since I figure since I'm watched, might as well do it on my time and on my have some type of bit, have some type of bit of like control in my own aspect of my own life, especially since things have become like more apparent. So here I am talking, and I rather talk and leave things on my channel instead of just like on my phone. Yeah, things that I thought were private obviously are not private anymore. So I'd just rather have it out and open and have it public, so that way it can just literally bing bam bada boom, go straight and go out. So since we last chatted, what's been going on? A lot of people obviously were not happy that I decided to become more aware and more like in control of my own being, my own thoughts, my own moves, actions, this, that, here, and the third. They were like, how dare you? How dare you want to govern the rights of your own body? Like it's in the 1930s or something like that. Like, who told you you could live your own life and try to do your own things? Like, like these people aren't paying my bills, are not contributing at all to the improvement of my life. And yet they still think that they have the audacity and the entitlement to be controlling or have input. And it's really funny because I wanted to share this because like I know that I'm not alone when it comes to these kind of things. Like there's people that are literally like out there that obsesses over us and literally wants to control everything that like everything that we do, uh, except like the most important parts of our life. Like if you want to, like if you want to jump in our lives, why don't you do it at a time of like paying the bills, doing my homework, taking a test, like I'm right now I'm taking an accelerated class during the summertime. If anybody's going to school right now, I really recommend accelerated classes because they go super quick. So any kind of, but just, yeah, it goes super quick, but it's intense. So, but it helps you get rid of, like, go through school quicker. There's more to it than that, but still, I'm just saying, like, if summer courses, way to go. But anyway, yeah, step in and do that, huh? Or just take one of my quizzes or like one of my tests. Although that would get me suspended. So, I mean, but you know what I mean, like, not literally. I can do it myself. Thank you. But like, yeah, if you want to step in, I'm just do that. You feel me? Clean out my fucking cat's litter box, do the things that I just don't feel like doing. No, but you rather just like sit down on your plump, like, no, either your like your plump couches with your flat asses and just be like, oh yeah, I want to tell you what to do with your life. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. Like, honestly, guys, like, don't you feel like that? Like, I mean, don't you have like those moments? Oh my goodness. You know what? That's the thing I had said I wanted to do. I said I was going to do the cards. Remember I said I was going to do cards or like have something here where it was going to be like, all right, so bam, this is you. Bam, this is like not. So yeah. Today's the day. It's a shame I can't it's a shame that when you do live chats, like you can't pause it because like you can't put like a little, I don't know, a little screen over or something like that. Like hang in there, kittens, like or something to that effect, something like that. Like that would be kind of awesome, YouTube, if you guys wouldn't mind. So I'm gonna I would distract you right now with one of my cats, but she's pretty knocked out, and the other one is knocked out too. Why did I buy them? This is like, honestly, I'm just kidding. They are the light of my life. So, all right, so yeah, I'm about to go grab the card thing. Actually, wait on. Damn it, let's lose my page. So like I take notes and on certain things, just like things around me. Awareness is key. Double Jones. Ooh. Go ahead, it's just slid in here. Slide some more to me. All right. Pay attention. It's not like you even have to have anything put together, because the way how people monitor me is literally just me being an element. It's not like, this, like my whole life is scripted. So I'm just existing. So I figure, hey, look, you're getting a moment where I'm showing myself face to face to people who are very passive, people who are scared, because they rather talk passively to me instead of directly. And it's just like, I think they've accepted that, which is, supposed to be a good thing. I mean, I think that should be like the first step to realizing their toxicity. It's like, congratulations, you've accepted it. That's a feeling. Like, honestly. So I was gonna go upstairs, but I think I can just take one of these little papers, the yellow paper right now, and be like, bad, good. Yeah, we're about to MacGyver this bitch. Okay, so to my flowers, I will change the name, because I know some people are like, I don't like that. And I'm just like, you know what? I was winging it, but I think I can do better. So, but I have a lot of things going on right now. I mean, obviously. So, okay. So yeah. So how should we do this? All right. I want to put it over the water bottle that will double as a prop. Oh yeah. Amazing. Lovely. Lovely. So yeah, so this is gonna be for the flowers, and then this side will be for, okay, no, it's not gonna work. All right, well, you know what? Joe Schmo. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying it. Damn it, I really wanted to have something in here that's gonna be like, you know what, like, I know I have something. If not, then I will make it, or I will buy it, but more than likely I will make it, because I'm pretty damn sure I have something that can just be like, okay, guys. No. Because it's going to upset my allergies. I was going to take one of my cat toys and be like, I'm going to just use this. But you know what? Next time. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Water Bottle. I'm just going to go over there. Thank you. So, hey, what's going on? How's, life and how's everything? So since my last video, talking about just saying no, go fuck yourself. It was like basically the lights are on, and you're just seeing exactly like the mess. Like, you don't have the full lights on, like they're not all the way bright, but you have the lamp on. You have the lamp, which is giving you some clarity. You see some things, and you're just like, shit, like, hell, is this what's going on right here? At this point, like, we've seen, I say we because, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person here. I mean, well, you guys have the passive ones have seen exactly what it is that I've gone through. The passive aggressive ones have been the ones implementing it. And the passive aggressive ones are the ones that I'm just like, go fuck yourself. I don't want to support watching the content of a lot of the passive people, only because passives, it's like some of the passive aggressive people, it's either the passive people turn into being passive aggressive, or the passive aggressive people disguise themselves as passive and then becomes, and then reveals themselves as the flying monkey. So I'm just like, no. For my own sanity and stuff like that, I just wanted to keep. So I'm just gonna kind of more focused on myself. That, and also I don't want to keep supporting the people who have put me in this condition. So in terms of me, being filmed and exploited without my permission. Plus, who would be exploited with their permission? But you know what I mean? Like, okay. Here's the thing: having somebody tell you exactly what to do is like very reminiscent of like a parent. Heaven forbid, a helicopter parent. But then you have somebody who tells you what to do, is criticizing what you're doing, and it was supposed to be the privacy of your own home. And hold on. I want to talk about us because like this is basically, like you guys can relate. Like, come on now. Like, can you imagine like, a coworker or just like we both know, like we know somebody, honestly, flowers. I am really messing up your little icon. I'm gonna do flowers. Actually, I think I should just kind of put this side up too when I'm talking to these little demon flying monkeys. And I'm gonna put your big heads on on these little ratty wings right now and a funky ass tail. The flying monkeys. The little anyway, the simplest things make me laugh. So flowers. I'm pretty sure that we all know moments or a person really who's just like, always in our fucking business, private type of situation. You don't even have to tell people anything, but they're just so fucking nosy. Or like, the nosy neighbor, who is just too much in your business, and they're not contributing to anything that's like, part of your fucking existence. And you're just like, well, what the fuck are you here for? Except to be a nuisance. God has made all creatures, but honestly, I just don't understand exactly why the fuck you are here. Like, you feel me? Like, there has to be something that you just did not tap into as a human being. And I would like to say that I'm patient enough to wait for the day in order to see, the value that you bring to society. But until then, I'm really struggling with it. And I like to say no thank you. So goodbye. So basically, so yeah, like it's so crazy because my cats are chocolate covered, which you can't really tell that they're chocolate until you put them in the light. But I've been mistaking them quite often for anything that's black and in the shadow. So sometimes when I'm like, I gotta make sure where I put my foot and stuff like that, because then I hear or something like that, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, it hurts. So cute. It's so adorable. All right. Well, yeah. Again, I don't have to like put on a show for you guys, but it's just like, hey, look, this is what's going on right now because people watch me. So it's just, I literally could be just watching TV and ignoring you completely. But why would I wouldn't do that. But it was just like, it's weird knowing that I've been for several years that I've been watched. Ugh, that's so gross. So fucking gross, man. Like I've seen movies where it's kind of similar, but like that's funny if it's sci-fi because it's just like thinking, oh, that wouldn't happen. Like that's just so fucking dramatic. No, bitch. No, that's just so crazy. Speaking of crazy, is this weekend sale I have going on? That's right, it's a weekend sale. So until I don't know. We're going to put on no expiration date, but it started this weekend. I have a weekend sale going on for my personality. That's right. It's helped so many celebrities and influencers and stuff like that. They just took it. Okay. So it's free for you too. Okay. It's gone. Okay. Gets people's Grammys, gets people attention and likes. Talk about me or anything. Borrow this and gets you an Emmy. Feel me? Like crazy, wacky sale. What? I'm telling you, so I can start doing and editing videos like I used to with my skits and stuff like that. Like It'll definitely be up in there, but that's just insanity. Just like imagine like you're watching something and you're just like, huh, yeah, I do that. And you just keep watching certain things and just like people just like, wait a minute. It's just and you're like, wait, you didn't act like that before. Like, what is going on here? And you feel like and then you see them associate with people who know you and all this other kind of shit. It's just kind of putting like multiple things together and you're just like it just screams insecurity. Screams insecurity. What's wrong with how you are and how you see yourself? Do you not? Why do you want to hide behind something in order for other people to just be like, yeah, okay, like, or, and if not that, then just to condemn it. Like you guys like take bits and parts of it. Don't pick me. Don't pick my personality like it's food. What the hell? It's not a banquet meal. I swear, I have not become like. This is the weird thing because like you ever feel like you're not a human being? Of course you have, because I mean you didn't just like bloop, you didn't just drop into the earth at adult size as you are. You had parents, so I'm pretty sure there's somebody in that family, somebody in your school that picked you apart, like maybe a teacher or a counselor, somebody who like upheld you to a certain type of standard and just picked you apart. Like they make you feel like you were a basic human being, able to like make errors. They were just like, okay, you were this entity, and so now you are going to do this, that, here, and the third. You're not allowed to do like you're not allowed to show emotion. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. I'm just going to hyper fucking criticize you, and you must apply to my rules and restrictions because you go to this school. You have to go to this school, or you live in this house and you have to live in this house because I pay the bills. Like, you feel me? Like, uh, at that point, you have to make a stand. Like, at that point, we have to make a stand because it's just like, okay, no, like you have to, like, we have to make a plan where it's just like, yeah, fuck you. Okay. Like, even if you don't say it outwardly, like you're saying it in your mind, but you're just like, yeah, okay, well, I just know right now that I'm going to just cut this person off for the rest of my fucking life once I get the opportunity to, because clearly this bitch is tripping. Especially since, once you identify and once you know who you are as a person, you're just like, fuck everybody else when it comes to like their opinions, because it's just like, yeah, I don't have to, like, look, respectfully, yeah, no. Like, you want to keep it even, Steven, or you at least want to be a little bit respectful. Like, all right, look, I understand. I somehow, I don't even know how these powers are mine, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. However, I just don't want to be one of your lemmings. Like, I don't want to be tethered to you in a way where it seems like, you are the superior being. I get it that I do have to respect you because of all you've done, and not trying to be like condescending, but like not even trying to be like condescending or like, make humor or light of the situation. But it's just like, there's certain type of things about my life, and I'm speaking on your behalf, like, or basically, both of us, like there's certain type of things about our lives that we should govern. You feel me? Like, there's certain type of things that we have a right to, like, to do. And I get, like, in a parent's house, like, you have to abide by certain rules, and there's certain type of rules that you do have to respect. Because, truth be told, if I have a child, like, they will respect certain type of rules. But I like to be fair. Like, there's certain type of things that, you have to be mindful of when it comes to, like, the parental figures. Like, in a lot of aspects, like, they know best, but make sure it's not to the point where they're being super controlling and they're living for you. Like, no. Like, like when it comes to like certain parties or something like that, or needing permission to go somewhere, and it's like, yo, no, I totally agree and I totally respect that. But when it comes to just like, I don't know, basic life type of situations, I'm just like, why are you talking? Like, why are you so yeah, I find similarities in which, we can both, I find similarities in which we can both relate to. It's just, I feel kind of alone, not lonely, but I feel alone in this in this game of life that people have literally put out for me, because it's just like, okay, people are talking passive to me. Like, we're not having an intellectual conversation. We're not having a conversation at all. And a lot of times when I actually speak to somebody, it's a lot of two-faced situations. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want a half-ass person. So I'd rather just pass and just reserve any of my energy, either to talk out there, or from now on, either talk out there or just kind of keep it like basic, or just like save it up until I find the person and the people who I really respect, and people who I think are respectful to me. So yeah. So let's see. So today's video is supposed to be about, like, stepping up your boundaries and telling people no. So all right. So basically, the first video we were just like no, and we told them to fuck off. But sometimes people will still push our boundaries, and it's just like, okay, well, look, like, I told you no. It's like, all right, ladies, imagine if you're going into a club and a guy's approaching you, and be like, oh no, thank you, and then he grabs your hands and try to persuade you. I'm just like, I'm not trying to buy a car, bitch. Like, you might not say that like that, but you just, like, you fling your hand away because, like, the disgust. You just told the person no. So now they feel like, okay, well, let me test this, try this, let me try to convince you. And you just like, so no, don't do it. And then that's when they go even one bit further. And then that's when you have to be a bitch. Like, well, a bitch. That's what basically they call you, because, they can't understand the words no the first time when you were actually considerate enough. You were just telling them no. Or guys, in your situation, like, can you imagine when you're telling somebody, like, don't touch your things, and then they just, like, go ahead and touch them and just, like, go through it, and it's just like, well, okay, like, what the hell? So, that boy. Hello, Chonky. He's so cute. And Butterball. Did I show you guys him? He's so obese. I love obese animals that are just like, well, excuse me, no. I love rotund animals. I love curvy things. So it's just like, I love it. So bunnies, raccoons, fat Orby things. It's just like, it's so cute. A healthy fat, not like wheezing and close to death. That becomes uncomfortable. Excuse me. I'm on live right now. Sebastian. Thank you. It's gonna be a while, so you can get off the mat. Thank you. He's like he's literally still staying on it. Like, all right, well, sign off or something. I'm not gonna sign off. Like, just quit doing it. Imagine the day. I was just imagining a moment, because I was thinking, like, being exploited, these people are, like, reaping the fucking benefits of just, my entity and my personality and my characteristics, everything, my entire being. And I'm pretty sure they get, like, commercials and stuff. I would be bad at commercials, but I'm just saying, this is like, I was imagining myself, like, doing, like, a little water thing. Like, imagine, like, oh my gosh, refreshing. Like, oh my god, it's so corny. Like, I don't know why, but I do like beady eyes when I'm drinking. I just don't know why. It's so anyway, oh my goodness, your paw touched my paw. Ah, bitch. She was stretching and she touched my paw, and I thought we had a moment, but she looked at me with, like, it's my baby. I did say we were gonna do a video, but she's not feeling well, so she's like, she's doing her little thing. Mwah. Just a cutie pie. She's like, great. Now I gotta walk all the way back over on the table. I'm wearing shorts. It's hot today. What is it? What the temperature like where you guys are? I wonder. For a moment, I went to something very smart ass. I was thinking about, well, I guess it always is hot in hell, so why should I even ask that question for you guys? But not all of you guys are the mean ones, obviously. So, hey. Yeah. Okay. So this is me winging it. It's like my second video that I'm like really like just being like full on me. And, like, imagine this was like a FaceTime and we're just kind of like catching up, but this is basically just a one-way dialogue of like me going on. This is basically a video letter to you where I'm just being playful and whatnot. Although eventually I would like to be able to like have like, live chat and then be like, see people. Although this might also at the same token that just might give me anxiety because I would want to reply to everybody so it won't feel like left out, or try to reply to like mostly like 90%, and then I get fucking overwhelmed, and then it's just like, okay, well then the content would be like mostly lost. So I'm getting my bearings, and I'm also trying to work on like this whole multitasking thing, which I should have down now. But like when it comes to like entertaining and being a good host, I'm just a little bit fish out of water right now. It's been a minute since I've entertained and done that kind of stuff, but I'd like to get back to it. Yeah. Look at me, all bright. I would look nice and white. I'm just playing. I don't even like romantic movies anymore like I used to. It's just like I've seen like the goofiest scenes now. A lot of the scenes that would have been like, oh my goodness, are like stupid. like in the most honest way. I'm just like dumbass. Like, oh, hold on. There was a scene from so there was this dude took a woman on a date, trapeze, and they fell. And cliche, she rolled over to him. And it was something about like, oh, like you meant to do that. And he's just like, oh, it's by falling. It's like, it's the best part. It's so stupid. Oh, he's like, the falling is the best. Oh my goodness. Yo. If I heard that shit in a movie theater, dying. I'm like, but you know what? It wasn't meant to be funny because it had like straight sweet melody music, but it's just that I'm so in disbelief of like, that real romantic type of BS. So I was just like, yeah, I've like total like my views on it just finds it so funny. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, that's just so freaking cheesy. And so I just don't believe it. It's just so corny. I would hate for a guy to be really into it because once upon a time, like, I really was into like the whole love thing. I turn on a litter box right now. You can hear it. That's Leela scratching the shit out of a litter box. So anyway, this was my DJ type of like thing. Anyway, so I have a distorted reality of romance now, but I would feel really bad if a guy was like really sincere and genuine about romance to me and said some shit like that. Like, I would, as he tries to get closer to me. I'm like, if he like made me fall, I'm like, dude, like, yo, you did that on purpose. And he's like, and we were like tussling around, and he like made me fall. And I'm like, yo, what the frick? He's just like, sometimes falling is the best friend. I would laugh in his face. I would dead ass laugh in his face, yo. I'd probably talk about it on the drive back home, and it's a shame. It's a shame because I know that he probably been dead ass serious. Because once upon a time, I was like really into that shit, and I was just like so into that. I would have said something like that, but now I just laugh. Yo, it's, it's been so bad. Oh, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh, sorry. Crap. I can't pause this. Can't. Like, wait, sorry. Go to commercial. Don't put me on a talk show. They're like, yeah, commercial. They were like, wait, no, don't do that. Like, you're so early. Sorry, where was that? Okay, so okay, all right. Stupid. Like, schmegakis. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Oh man. So yeah, telling them no and meaning it. So I mean, it works for both ways, guys and girls and ghouls. Yeah, just telling somebody like no and meaning it, like the frick. Fortunately, no doesn't cut it, so you have to back it up. And in regards to backing it up, like you're gonna have to throw an action. Where it can be the sleight of the hand, where you snatch it away and you tell them no again, and you get a little bit more forceful. Could be just walking away, cutting somebody off. It could be blocking someone, ignoring them. There's a lot of things, but you have to enforce that boundary where it says it's like no. In my case, well, no, excuse me. We have to enforce that boundary when people say like when we're like doing no. In my case, I'm for an example, once I did my release video, it was just like, okay, oh my gosh, all right. So once I did that video, I was just like, yes, I am karmically and spiritually free from this shit. And people were thinking, okay, well, obviously people don't want to get in trouble for doing something which I'm pretty sure this is fucking illegal. Like when it comes to like being exploited and stuff like that. But yet everybody's, wanting to get up on this fucking like everybody, royalty, presidents and celebrities and influencers. Yeah, because honestly, I don't give a fucking shit. You think that this is living? Like, oh, what is the retaliation? I mean, obviously, you people are like, oh, you'll never work here again, and I'm just like, oh, you think that I have a chance? Like, you think I had a chance then? Like, you feel me? Like, yo, you put so much stuff on the line for me, and risk so much, and now you're just like, we can do worse. I'm like, sweetie, that's what I'm expecting. So this is why I'm going all the way out. Like, you feel me? Like, you like, this is to be expected. Still, go fuck yourself. Like, fuck out of here. So in the meantime, what I'm doing right now, again, is like, going to school, just doing the things that I feel like I have interest in. And I don't have interest after I've got spiritually and karmically and emotionally free, like, fuck these people. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. When you have boundaries and somebody's like upset that they've crossed your boundaries, they're gonna try to guilt you. And I'm just like, and we shouldn't allow that. Like, don't try to guilt me for something that I have every right to feel protection for and feel respect, because I respect myself. I'm showing myself love, self-love, and self-respect. And because you can't respect that and you can't honor that because you have a problem with boundaries, you have some type of ego situation, and ego in a grandiose kind of ways, on an insecure situation. So you can't accept or handle a no because of your own insecurities. And now you're going to try to take it out on me. And I'm just like, well, excuse me, because I'm being inclusive right now. I'm talking to flowers. So yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. Like, hold on. So you, flower, and me. Like, all right, so basically, look, we are over here holding it down, establishing our fucking boundaries when it comes to not being disrespected. And people are just like, no, you are going to do this, that, here, and the third. And we're just like, no, we're not. And we don't have to. Like, go get the hell away from us. Like, we said what we needed to say, and now we are not giving you any more energy. And in doing that, you don't follow the person or anything like that. Like, here's the thing that really gets my goat. There are people, the narcissists, who will not show you any type of emotion or anything like that to your face. Now if they have once they have flying monkeys, they don't need to show you any type of emotion or response to your face because they have the flying monkeys to do their biddings. But when it was just them, when you have like a one-on-one type of narcissist, like say, maybe it's your mom or your boss, or a classmate. It's kind of low there, buddy. So once you have like those type of situations, like once you're dealing with those kind of people, it's just kind of weird. Like they try to gaslight and manipulate you, thinking that okay, no, this is how they're like. They will start some shit with you, and then be like, okay, like flying monkeys do the bidding, and these are also the flying monkeys. So this represents the narc and flying monkeys, obviously. But it's just like, they're just like, oh, go ahead, like do the bidding, do make this person's life a living hell, and they'll do it. The thing about that though is you don't have to take any of what this person says to heart or anything that this person does really to heart. As long as it's not physical, as long as it's not like, as long as you can get rid of these people, it's not like, they're watching and monitoring every little fucking thing that you're doing. It's not like, they didn't put their hands on you, or they didn't put their hands on your property, thing that you like, your pets, your food, or anything like that. If you have a way to actually escape from these kind of people, then that's good. But you don't owe these people anything. And they really, really want to make your life a living hell. And clearly because of the horns. And it's just crazy on how entitled they feel to want to keep overstepping like your boundaries, our boundaries. And we don't have to take that. We don't have to take that. In a way where it's just like, whether it's physical or over the internet, it's just like, no. I said no, and I meant it. So you can do one or two things. Because normally, if somebody's honestly being a bitch to me, it's just like, all right, I want to find the misunderstanding. But if I view this person as being a total asshole because they want to be an asshole, then I'm just like, oh, okay. This is something that you enjoy doing. And I'm like, no, I want no parts in that. And then I'll just like, I'll walk away, or I will block them or ignore them. I'm just like, okay, well, this is your purpose. Like you decided to adopt the purpose of being a total fucking narcissist, two-faced, horrible, evil person, and I want no parts in that. So go fuck yourself. I mean, honestly, I didn't really need to put that on the fucking shirt. But yeah, it's just like I don't want any parts of that. So I'm just gonna ignore you. Like we can keep, if it's in a workplace, we can keep it professional. Like, but at the same time, like, just know that I don't like you. Like, I can say some things like, yo, I match the energy, and not all the time, but it's just like I know how two-faced people can be. So it's just like, no, we can keep it professional, because that's my go-to route. Let's keep this professional. Because if you actually wanted to become like really irate or anything with me, then okay, then I can keep it. I can continue to keep it professional, but to HR. And if you happen to have the whispers and ears of HR, then I'm going to make sure that I'm documenting it everything because I know that you're documenting everything. Like people just like want to be like really two-faced and stuff like that. Like, they make it seem like everything is okay, everything is like legit and square. But like, in the background, you're either being like your work and all the other kind of shit is being audited. They're looking at easily like moving you like what is it, out of the position and into something else. So I mean, instead of actually being accountable and upfront, like letting people know exactly, okay, like this is what's going on, they want to get rid of you. So it's just like, like at that point, when you're dealing with that type of duplicitous behavior, it's just kind of act accordingly, but act professionally, and make sure that you have a good standing as far as like your rapport and exactly what it is that you're doing, as far as like your reputation is concerned, that you were a good employee and that you were doing what is required of you to do, that wasn't just extra work that was being put on you because that's not part of your job title, even though jobs nowadays are literally putting so much on a lot of fucking workers and expecting them to just deal with it happily. And it's just like, no. Like that's how, I mean, it's just very archaic. Look, like get out of the 1960s where we have to like put up with a lot of shit. It's just like, no, like the age of the administrative assistant, secretary, all that kind of shit is just like, it's being pushed out because we're humans. We're humans. We're not robots. We're not just sex things. Like, well, in 1960s, basically we're just like, these little sex pot kittens. And so I had to do a whole bunch of work. And it was just like, look at here. Respect everybody. Respect cashiers. Respect people in customer service. Respect retail workers. Respect, respect everybody. Just stop giving a whole lot of work to other people to feed your pockets. You feel me? Like it needs to be some type of balance. Like that's an art too, and in the workplace kind of industry. So like, goodness, honeys, we are crowded. Flowers, we are just surrounded by gravel. Like for real, just this stony just area. Like we need to move to like a fertile field of just sunlight, happiness. Excellent temperatures, occasional breeze, sexy willow tree. But I mean, obviously a tree's not sexy, but I love willow trees. But yeah, it's crazy on like no matter where we go, work, relationships with family, friends, partners. And then you go outside and you just meet strangers or on social media, and it's just, the possibility to just run to a narcissist, a flying monkey at any point in time it's exhausting. And it's sad because like even if you escape all that or you get through the gauntlet of, their bullshit, you're in an environment. Well, I'm in an environment where I still can't escape them because they're still monitoring me. They're still like in my fucking life. And, that's something that I'm not really as concerned. I'm not as concerned about anymore. Not saying that it's not a problem because it's always going to be a fucking problem, but I'm not as concerned about as I am as like trying to refocus on exactly what it is that I can control and what I actually do care about. Because at the end of the day, these dumb bitches don't matter. Because like, even if there's all right, the foundation where they thought that this was acceptable, where they felt entitled to view my fucking life without my permission, is based off on a fucking lie by a rapist, ugly ass ex. So again, but karmically spiritually free. So whatever lies that these people literally had generated for you guys in order for you to feel entitled and just be messy, caustic bitches, to view my life, my personal life, and take my characteristics and all the other kind of shit. At the end of the day, when the dark the dark, everything that happens in the dark comes to light. So if the full aspect, the full story, the full situation comes to life, and you guys would feel any type of remorse or guilt, I don't want to hear it. I mean, I would understand because that's just the person who I am. So it's like, oh, okay, no, I understand that you were you were misled. But at some point in time, independently, you should have known better to to not act out in a certain type of way. Like you feel me? Like I am guilty myself of behaving in a certain type of way where it's just like, okay, look, because social media can be very caustic, and it can be very persuasive and like making you do like perform certain type of behaviors. But when you sit with yourself, and that's what happened to me, it's just like it didn't take anybody else to influence me to just like wake up to get to here. I was just like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. Like these type of behaviors just seem too much. Like no, like if you understand the difference between right and wrong, and you really want to uphold some type of like moral values, and in your core like there's certain type of things that you want to do in life, or who you are in life and who you aspire to be, and that certain type of actions or behaviors where it's just like the super gossipy and the antagonistic and just being a ugly draining bitch, when you just see like these nasty ass behaviors and you're just like, yeah, nah, no, mm-mm, no. Actually, it's kind of makes sense now why people stop hanging out with me. Because from the get go, I was always that person who was just like, eventually, like, okay, look, a little bit of gossip is fine. I mean, who doesn't like, soap operas and all that other kind of jazz? Like, I know myself that, I do like that kind of stuff. And it was always nice. Oh, they broke up, they got together, da, 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 and she slapped him, and da da da. Like, that's just like, oh, so much passion and all that kind of stuff. You just talk to your grandma. And just, it's amazing. About like just watching all these gossip dramas and stuff like that. But I don't know, we would talk about more stuff than that. Like we hardly would talk about like we would hardly participate in those kind of activities. We would just basically just talk about just any other thing, just crazy stuff though. But I mean, most of the time when we just talk about soap opera dramas. We wouldn't talk about like other people. Like it just would make any sense. Lily, don't do it. So yeah. I made you look. Just kidding. She's like, you're lucky you're on camera right now. Scratching. Scratching. She's so cute. It's so cute. She threatens me with her eyes though, but it's just like, it's adorable. Look at her. Look at her. No, please. No, please. You're beauty. She's like, yes. She's like, die. Ah, my life. So cute, baby. Mama. Good job, baby. And power. She's like, I'm gonna poo in your shoe. So cute. Yeah. All right. So I mean, in that case, again, when it just uphold your principles, your moral values, don't become a slave to them, like to the point where it drains you, but just kind of want to do better for yourself and for the people who you love. Just yeah, I mean, accept who you are and who you aren't. If you want to be better, then aspire to be better. Just again, I don't put such limitations on people because I just feel like, but I do, well, I had a lot of belief in people where it was just like, I wanted them to, wanted the best for them. Like, I wanted people to just be, I expected a lot from people. I expected people to be just more, like, honored. Like, I mean, not honored. I expected people to be good. Like, I watch too many movies. That's why. It's so sad, and I realized that, which is why I stopped watching like a lot of movies, because it was just like it just gave like this false reality of people, um, and their intentions. I'm very amazed right now about how easily it is for people willing, how easy it is for people willing to just be like, oh yeah, yeah, I'll be a two-faced bitch. This woman, she doesn't know exactly that she's being filmed and monitored with our permission. But and I've like I ate with her, I sat with her, chatted with her, and all this kind of shit. Approached her, hugged her, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna be like super two-faced and watch her entire life just be played with as if it's a fucking Sims. Like, insane. I'm pretty sure, like, on some type of level, like, you guys can relate when it comes to just being manipulated, and happens to be either with a parent again or partner or something like that, or they try you. But hopefully, not a lot of people have had to work with that. But if you had, just tell these people fuck off and have no fucking regrets. Have no fucking regrets, because it does hurt when you tell. It does hurt in the beginning when you tell people no, but it hurts a lot fucking less having your boundaries and the things that you hold dear to you disrespected. Because I'm telling you, yeah, it's gonna save you such heartache, such pain and energy and all that other kind of shit. Like, that's valuable. Seriously, like, tell these people to fuck off. So anyway, well, not anyway. But another topic that I wanted to tell you guys about, because I'm free. I'm winging it. Like, last week I was a little bit better, but like today I'm just like totally just like in the moment, because, and I'm gonna get better with this with time, obviously. But it's just I'm realizing more and more about like how much of a control people are trying to like put on me. More restrictions, limitations, and control people are trying to like have on me, put on me, or have put on me. So thank you for your patience as I try to not master, but as I work on my own emotions, and my reflections and my thoughts, and just seeing exactly where it is and where I'm at in the world. Who is this? Who's this fluffy thing? Okay. All right, so let's put this up. So here's the thing that some things I have been getting. All right, so people are telling me shoot for the stars. I would be the cheesy person to be like, shoot for the stars. Like, there's not. I believe that there's really nothing that we cannot do as people. Like, there are some challenges, and there's some, like, there's obviously cures that have not been found with like cancer and things like that. I mean, like the great permanent cure, not remission cure. But like, there's things that have not been discovered yet. There's things that have not been obviously conquered and achieved. But I believe that there's really there's really a lot of things like what you want to do if you put your mind to it, and you can do, for the most part. I understand that there are exceptions to the rules. I don't want to be an idiot and tell you or shame you or guilt you and be like, no, you can do anything that you want to be or anything you want to do. it's not entirely true. I mean, we've seen some miracles here. We've seen some miracles and we've seen some accidents, like certain president, um, certain celebrity becoming president. But I digress. So, but I mean, there's things that can happen. So, but there's things that obviously can't, and there's things that we haven't had that there are things that can happen, but there just hasn't been a solution or a plan, or hasn't been acted out yet. So the message that I was getting from the internet and from people, because I said again, I'm not going to be like looking for stuff, but I am looking on was on my astral stuff because I do still like that, but I think that I'm going to wean off of it because again, the passive people are being drowned out by the passive aggressive people are drowning the passive people, and I'm really not seeing any passive people who are helpful. There's just only helicopter parent kind of behaviors and toxic passive aggressive kind of people, and I'm just like you don't phase me anymore. Like, you need to get the memo. And the people are like really upset. And they're just like, oh my goodness, like, why isn't these old tactics working? And it's like, bitch, because I told you, I literally released all the fucking negative shit that I needed to in regards to my trauma, in regards to my past. So I was just like, the things that needed to be done that tethered me to this, I released. So whether or not that's your inability to accept that or not, it has nothing to do with me. Like, I've made peace with that. So sucks for you. Okay, that's really your own thing. Whether like whatever type of nonsense my ex and the people who participated in this game, whatever lies that they want to tell you, then that's on them. But they are also the ones that are going to be frustrated because it's just like, oh shit, it's not working anymore. Duh, bitch. Like I told you, it's released. So sucks for you. Unfortunately, when people talk about things like, oh, like let go of the past and this, that, here, and the third, well, it just seems kind of hard considering that I'm still being monitored. You feel me? Like I'm not. I mean, I released the past and the karma, but I'm reminded that I'm still being monitored and whatnot like that. Let me give you for an example because I know these people like to gaslight. So I imagine that you're a person of color, and you could be like, I'm white. You'd be like, no. And just imagine for the most part, you are a person of color, or if you're white, then maybe that you're Jewish or something like that. Basically, imagine that you are a Jew, a Spartan gladiator. That's no, basically, you know what? You're you. You're you. So if you're a person of color, then you're and then you're enslaved. If you are white, then you are either Jewish or a gladiator. So in those contexts, imagine if you happen to be enslaved under those conditions. And now fast forward into the future, and people are still punishing you for the color of your skin, your beliefs, your ethnicity, your history. Okay, a little bit something else. Oh, imagine that you're in a relationship with somebody and you do something naughty. Because some people they wouldn't feel guilt, or they wouldn't really understand the whole slavery thing. But imagine if, because I know some of these people are watching, and they're just looking at people who don't even belong here anyway. But imagine, you were cheating on your partner here, and you ask them to come back, and for whatever the case, this person is just not letting it go. Like they're always thinking in the back of their heads, like it's always like a punishment. Like they've accepted to have you come back, but you're being basically still punished. And I know that's a fear when people want to come back into a relationship. So I'm just like, I mean, The person should just tell you like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, and you should just accept it. But if you beg somebody back, because I literally have been in a situation where I've had somebody beg to come back, and I've always had the doubts that was gonna happen again, like way back, and I was just like, like, yo, like, why are we doing this? Like, I already know the situation. Like, it's like this is not healthy for either one of us. So I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm doing us both a solid here, dude, because like I could literally have been a toxic girlfriend and giving you shit, giving you hell, giving you a whole bunch of doubts, were making you crawl on your knees, like, you know, doing a whole bunch of shit to try to like prove to me something that just I might not have been able to kind of see over that hump. I don't like, for me right now, who I am, a lot has changed as far as like my perception on love and understanding, but my boundaries now are really solid as fuck. My boundaries right now are really solid as fuck. So it's just like, if I'm telling you to don't waste your time, then just don't waste your time. Like, just, you know, the least you can be is like a fucking friend. The least. But I digress. Like, it really sucks if you are being still compared to your past and you're not showing any of those behaviors, or that person is still not in that environment. So I was just wondering exactly, like, you know, like, what is the point? You feel me? Like, what is the point of continuing a relationship? Or what is the point of being told to let go of the past if the person who's judging you, or the person who's still like punishing you, hasn't let go of the past? It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't get it. It's logical and emotional, and yet I still don't get it. Like, it just sounds really selfish, because if the shoe was on the other foot, somebody else would just like literally like bitch and moan about the same thing. Like, it doesn't. I mean, in that case, that's when I recognize that somebody really is just being very selfish and manipulative to their own self gain, and that's when I want like no parts. So when people tell me like, oh, like, let go, the past is the past, I'm like, yes, the past is the past. The past is supposed to be the past. So let's like let go of the past by not still holding people in the same type of, you know, environment and conditions, and be subject to the same type of treatment that, you know, they were receiving in the past. The past is the past. The past is the past, and you want me to forget something, then take that person out of the past is the past. You feel me? It's like somebody coming out of jail. Like, yo, the past is the past. Then bitch, release this person from jail. Like, there's no need. Okay, like, okay, if you want to remind somebody, like, okay, yeah, you went to jail, like, but why? Why do you even need to go that far? Like, you served your time, so therefore you should be able to just move forward accordingly. Like, again, it's like, the past is the past. Why is this person still in jail? Like, the past is the past. Why is the person still being punished for? Why is that person still being punished for cheating? The past is the past. Why are blacks still being punished for the color of their skin? The past is the past. Why are people who are Jewish still being like tethered to these stereotypes? Or, you know, the past is the past. The past is the past. Then why are people still being put under fucking conditions and being put under certain type of fucking harsh conditions and standards? Basically, the past is the fucking past. Stop saying the past is the fucking past when it's just for you and your selfish endeavors and standards. This is who I'm talking to. Stop saying the past is the past. Stop saying the past is the past when you want to talk about your own fucking standards, when it's only just for you. Stop being a fucking selfish punk ass bitch, okay? Like I released it. So if the past is the past, then mind your fucking business. The past is the past, mind your fucking business. Après vous. So yeah, so shoot for the stars. That's one of my lessons I want to tell you guys. Just shoot for the stars. I agree with that, and I believe that you can be anything that you want to be. At the same time, it's just like sometimes people want to try to put a fucking glass shattered, a shatterproof glass ceiling above you. It's insane. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, yo, they want to see you basically run on a fucking hamster wheel. They want to see you just for the amusement of doing something. They want to see you go for the next season. This person right here is gonna do this, that, here, and the third. And it's like, no, fuck this. Like I see what kind of shit that you want to pull in order to keep your audience engaged. And I'm just like, fuck that. Like I know that the game is rigged. I can play the game, but I'm gonna play it to my rules, and I'm gonna play it accordingly. But like I see how you have set things up. When it comes to the government, and when it comes to just society, when it comes to the world in general, when it comes to people, they will set up rules for us to fail. And we can play the game, but we can play it to our own fucking rules and beat that fucking system. And by doing that, I mean, I'm not saying that, we have to do anything illegal. I'm not saying that. Definitely not saying that. I'm saying that when it comes to certain type of activities, as far as when it says all right, we may not be able to take the elevator. They expect us to take the fucking stairs. How about we just, I don't know, grappling hook? like something. It shouldn't have to be so fucking. People don't even want to make it hard. People don't even want to make it difficult. They want to make it impossible. They don't even want to make it attainable at all. It is attainable. It's attainable for all of us, though. But a lot of people want to just try to ostracize something, or just try to people just want to try to rig the game. It's insane. It's insane, and that's basically how the situation is for me. So I feel you, flowers. Yo, I'm feeling you. I'm gonna get you guys such better situations right now. So, but in the meantime, yo, bruh, yeah. So I understand. Just kidding. Album coming out of me. Totally kidding on that one. Shit, I hate that. Totally. Yeah, people are saying enjoy the present. I mean, that's kind of hard to do, but I mean, you try to make the best out of a situation, and that's what a lot of people do in life. You try to make the best out of a situation. You understand that life is shit in a lot of ways, but you still try to make the best out of a situation. Think of someone from the third. Think of somebody that has come abroad on a visa to try to make a home here, and it's far away from family. Probably has one or two family members, maybe even just one friend or something like that, and it's a shitty situation, but you make the best out of it. You work 2-3 jobs, you come home, you're tired, but the smile on your kid's face, or a funny joke from a friend, something, a smile from a ungrateful cat. It's up a day. Just something. You feel me? Something. Yeah. I'm grateful for the little things, and that's what I have to be, especially in my situation right now. I'm grateful for the little things. I have to be. But I know that the Lord that I pray to would not allow me to be in a situation that that would condone these activities for long. Like, because this is just ridiculous. The type of bullshit that I'm literally going through, and that the fact that people are trying to cover their asses and being such assholes about this is, and greedy and selfish, is just ridiculous. Like, ugh. Bums. Bums. So, yeah. It says stop comparing the past. Who's comparing the past? It's like, this is just bullshit. This is that toxic stuff. Whenever I hear that kind of shit, it's just like I hear a lot of like gaslighting, toxic shit, and I'm just like, damn, like you guys are just really just fucked up in the head. So, make some more cards. So I made some boundaries. My boundaries are protected, and I really like am reminding myself these things. And look, I explaining this. Pardon me, my allergies. They are extremely vile and selfish. They try to tell you what to think and what to do still after you are receiving clarity. And by they, I mean, of course, flying monkeys and North. They're extremely vile and selfish. They tell you, they try to tell you what to think and what to do still after you are receiving clarity. Like, they still feel entitled, and they're just like, no, do this, do that. And you're just like, fuck you. No, I get to do exactly whatever it is that I want to do. You're not contributing to anything. You're not paying for anything. You're literally supporting people who are trying to oppress me. And go fuck yourself. No, get the fuck out of here. So yeah, the evil people are still stuck on you in your past, which is why they believe they can still control you. You've outgrown them all. To my flowers. And honestly, these are messages that I'm saying like to my flowers. So it's just like, yo, like, these are cards that I write to myself. But to my flowers, like, if you need this, like, this is something that you can like write down. If you want me to scan it, then I can scan it and then put it up on the website. Which is basically like my own personal blog, because I just feel like that was at a point in time that was like easier for me to just write that down instead of me having to do like an edited video. But this is cool too, because I like going live, because I don't have to worry about the whole editing or anything like that. Just raw. Ew, that sound right. Keep in mind. All right, hold on. You are right to protect your thoughts and space. So remember, they know what you see and hear. They do not understand your feelings, but even those are being monitored, and they can plant things. They can try to plant things and try to influence your like, your thoughts and like your behaviors and all that kind of shit though. But you know what's right from wrong. You feel me? Like, and even if you do some things, like, you don't have to be Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, but it's just like, there's certain type of things and activities that that, all right, like, this is definitely not right, or this is definitely wrong. So, just use your inner voice to decide on like how you should move or how you should do things, but don't punish yourself. Don't go to the extremes. And that's something that people with like Libra energies are, I would say Libra moons and Libra risings have like a situation on like struggle with. So Libra suns, but prove me if I'm wrong. It might be because if you have a water sign kind of like situation. I don't know. It really depends. I don't know. Just all right, so hold on. They tell you what they want you to do. They are lazy and need a slave. Yes, they fucking are. Telling you. Social media has affected a lot of our actions and decisions and emotions, but no more. No fucking more. The evil people testing, crossing, trying my boundaries are meant to be detested. And that is true. Like in the Bible, it says like, it was talking about like, love thy enemies. But it also says in the Bible to hate evil or detest evil. And basically when certain people when people act in a certain type of way, it goes beyond something that's just like enemies, bro. It's just like, bitch, this is evil. This is like, and you're somebody, like, especially if you're somebody who just like thoroughly believes, like you're like a freaking Disney character, thoroughly believes that anyone can change, anyone can be like nice. No, there's people who are literally freaking evil. So yeah, no, no. When it comes to evil, just believe it, and that people who are evil are meant to be detested. Evil people, well, lately, evil people, well, not lately, evil people like to dangle the carrot and offer false promises with no intention to follow through. And it's not like, you say that, oh, you wanted to promise something and you actually meant it. They say it with no intention to follow through. So basically they're lying in order to just control you and see how you react and hope that you can still stay tethered to them. They look for an excuse, for any type of excuse, just for them to back out. Now, I have literally been victim to this when I was a kid. Like with my mom, she would always promise us to like Disney World, knowing good and well, like in hindsight, knowing good and well she could not afford it. But it was just like, well, then what the hell? Like, what are we doing? Like, I made peace with my mom, so it's just like, rest in peace. But like, what the hell? Like, like it's just like, oh, it's like, all right, hold on. It's like your parents promising you a puppy or something like that, and then they wait for you to just like fuck up a little thing. Oh, you didn't wash the dishes. You're not gonna get a puppy. Like we've all had parents that said some type of like false promise with no intention to follow through. Like they were just waiting to make some shit up, waiting to find something in order to disappoint you and to guilt you. That's some fucked up shit. That's some fucked up shit. That will definitely mess with your mind if you're a kid. But hopefully, like you grew up past that, and hopefully you don't have a parent like that even more, even more so. But yeah, evil people, they will definitely like dangle the carrot. It's just like, oh hey, like this person is gonna like approach you, and they're finally gonna like be like a responsible person to just clarify exactly why they're being toxic or why they've done this and this, that, here, and the third. Sweetie, they're lying. Okay, they're not doing it. And at that point, I mean, if they were literally like, if they have to plan in order to try to come to you after doing some terrible shit, just go ahead and just let it go. And basically that's how I am. I'm just like, just let it go. Like I don't even need to hear this shit anymore. Like I really don't. It's not only a broken record though, but like fuck these people. Like fuck the situation. And their activities. It's actions definitely speak louder than words, and all I'm seeing right now is just all I'm seeing and hearing right now is just somebody's being a punk ass bitch who can approach and is courageous and brave and doing everything else though, but apparently I'm the most intimidating out there. Seriously. So yes. This one right here is definitely just for me. It was basically, me talking. It was like, no, y'all are not allowed to do that. It's like, then act accordingly and block them through all channels permanently. So yeah, I really like this. I really like that I did this because it actually does help me. Just remind me about my boundaries, and when people like get really anxious and frustrated with why I'm not listening to them, I just read this myself because it's just like good job. Like, yeah, they're pissed off because literally I'm not allowing them to control me. Like, when I have every right to think this way because, like, I know the situation I'm in, I'm acting accordingly. Like, this is me handling it not only with grace, though, but, yeah, this is still me handling it and pissing these people off. Like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, get the fuck out of here. Instead of you actually wanting to approach me and be accountable, like, you're using all these little tactics in order to just, like, be indirect and try to save your ass and try to save face. And just like, I see right through that shit. And hopefully one day, like, everything that happens in the dark comes to light. You feel me? So other people will see it too. If it does not have to always be with me though, but I mean, I would like it to be, but it's not something I'm going to sit here and wait for. I feel like with anybody with like Libra energy, it's just like, when it comes to people who need to approach you in order to do a conflict resolution, it's kind of like, all right, so say that you're the judge, right? You're not twirling your fingers, gonna wait by the phone or wait at the pulpit or whatever like that, and for the specific type of lawyers and arbiter, like you're not gonna wait for the certain type of trial to begin, and the people aren't even there. The prosecutor, the defendant, they're not even there. You just basically go on and handle your business, do the things that you want to do the things that you need to do. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But yeah, like, I hate the ego. See, that's the whole fucking ego. I just, anything that reminds me about just how egotistical people are when it comes to like the unhealthy ego, massive unhealthy ego, toxic when it comes to that. It's just like, oh yeah, like, I was gonna approach you and this, that, here, and the third about that. I'm just like, man, like, if you come to me, come to me. You feel me? But I'm not gonna wait. I'm not going to distract myself, or I don't want to be distracted and hear about somebody who might come or who says they're going to come but they don't come. Like, yo, that's like somebody trying to offer help when it comes to the situation, and then they're just like, oh yeah, I'll help you out, and you already say thank you, and then they just don't show, and you're just like, okay, well, that was a wasted thank you. Like, don't do that. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time, or don't even think that you're wasting my time, because I'm literally going to be doing other things. Like, I don't expect you to come. Like, seeing you come would be a fucking surprise to me. I'm literally shocked when anybody is being fucking like, direct with me. I'm always shocked. I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm not shocked by like, intimidated or scared. I'm shocked like, wow, like, you actually had the balls to do that. Like, that's so rare. Like, it really is. It really is fucking shocking. He's looking at himself and just like, to be a bitch. So, all right, guys. Well, yeah, I had a good time. This was okay. I'm going to definitely work on just more talking, and obviously because I actually enjoy it, but I need to, because a lot of my stuff is being monitored. I just rather just kind of think of something brief and just put it all out here. And considering that I'm being like monitored, I guess I don't even know how long am I being monitored. Am I being monitored 24/7? Am I being monitored in increments? I don't know how long I'm being monitored without my permission. And so I figure that this unedited video, would be okay to release, considering that all my other business is being put out there. So it's just like, well, fuck it. All right. Once Leela feels better, because she's on some medicine right now. Once Leela feels better, I'll definitely like do the video, because she's more irritable. That was even imaginable. If that was even possible, I didn't even know that was possible. But she's more irritable than usual. So yeah, I want my little baby girl to be like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and full bitch mode. So just so you can experience her behaviors. Yeah. All right, guys. I will check you out later. Well, actually, I won't check you guys out later, because you guys never say anything back. So for the moment, it was just kind of nice to just kind of talk aloud, I guess, and under my channel. All right. Bye-bye.